Hi there, Fortune 500 CEO Quinn Beard. My name is Sam Smith with the Colorado Rockies. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy schedule to come talk to me. It's great to hear that you're considering a Rocky season ticket plan, and I'd love to give you some more information about what sort of packages may be right for you.
Perfect, let's do it.
Thank you, Quinn. So I'll start off by asking about your business in the Denver area. How many local sales reps do you have, and how many accounts does each one oversee?
Well, Sam, I have 10 sales reps in the area. Each one oversees between 8 to 12 accounts.
Perfect. And how much revenue does each of these accounts bring in?
Well, depending on the size of the account, they can bring in between $20,000 and $50,000.
Understood. And now for my final question. How many potential accounts do you see in the Denver area that you could add? These are accounts that maybe you haven't added yet for some reason that you think are potentially possible to add for you.
Well, I think there could be around 50 possible accounts to add in this area.
That's a lot of business, Mr. Beard. Based on you saying the average account was between $20,000 and $50,000, by my math, the average account is about $35,000. And if you say there are 50 accounts in the area, that means there's roughly $1.75 million worth of revenue that you haven't added to your books yet. Do you have a plan in place to maybe start to add some of this revenue that you're missing out on right now?
Not really. We make contact with possible new accounts plenty, but it can get very hard to close that deal.
Well, Quinn, closing the deal is no easy task. In fact, oftentimes it's the hardest part of any business deal. Most companies, they'll take their prospects out to nice dinners or out for a round of golf, but there's nothing unique in that. Any sales rep can go hack around on a golf course or order fancy-sounding food at a restaurant, but I have a plan for you that may leave a much more lasting impression in the memory of your prospective clients.
I'm definitely interested now. What sort of plan are you thinking for me?
Well, Quinn, as you may know, people here in Denver love Rockies baseball. The team has a lot of young talent this year, and fans are expecting big things. What better way to connect with your client than to give them a front row seat to one of the most popular attractions in town, a high-scoring shootout at Coors Field. These tickets will be the perfect opportunity for your sales reps to connect with prospective clients and have a chance to talk to them about your great product. It'll give your reps about 3 hours of face time with your most sought-after clients, and it will leave a lasting memory for any prospective clients you may have.
It sounds interesting, but does this plan really work? How do I know investing in these tickets will definitely be better than a nice dinner or, say, a golf outing with the client?
Well, it's hard to make guarantees, Quinn, but let me show you some numbers that support what I'm saying. Last year, we had about 90 companies buy some sort of mini plan or season ticket package from us, with the goal in mind of bringing clients to the game. Of those 90 companies, 81 of them were companies that also bought tickets from us in 2015. And of those 81, 76 of them also bought tickets in 2014. I think you see where I'm going with this, Quinn. Companies keep coming back to Rocky season tickets plans in order to bring prospective clients out to the game because it works. If it didn't work, why wouldn't they just go for something cheaper like that round of golf?
That makes sense. Speaking of the price, what sort of cost are we talking for one of these plans?
I'm glad you asked, Quinn. So we have 3 levels of pricing, and we also have 2 types of plans. In terms of our types of plans, we have a full season plan and we have a 12-game mini plan. Like it sounds, the full season plan gives you tickets to all 81 Rockies home games this season, while the mini plan will give you tickets to 12 of the more popular games on the schedule. In terms of where the tickets are located and how much they cost, we have 3 different price levels: our upper level seats, our club level seats, and our premium seating. For 2 tickets, the mini plan for the upper level is $300, the club level tickets are $1,500, and the premium seats are $3,000. In comparison, if you're talking about a full season plan with us, upper level seats will be $2,000, club level full season plan will be $8,000, and our premium seats will be $15,000, each of those for a set of 2 tickets.
The mini plan sounds very affordable. What games are included in that mini plan?
Oh, that's a great question, Quinn. If you have one of our mini plans, you get to see some of our real highlight games this year. You'll be there when the Cubs come to town, the Giants, the Dodgers, along with plenty of other great teams. But I have a question for you, Quinn. Do you think maybe a few extra hours with your clients would be valuable even if you weren't seeing one of the best teams in the league?
Sure, any time with the client is good. I was just thinking I'd do the smaller plan since it's a little cheaper.
Yeah, that's totally understandable. However, you have to think of these tickets as an investment more than anything else. Let's say you buy tickets for the full season, meaning you have access to go to 81 games this year. That means that each of your 10 sales reps will attend roughly 8 games this year. That comes out to 1 or 2 games a month for each rep. Do you think that's reasonable to ask of them?
Well, it better be if they're making me money by going.
Exactly, Quinn. And they get to go watch their favorite team play as well. Now, if you took each of your 50 prospective clients to at least 1 game, how many do you think you could add on to your book of business?
I bet we could add 1 and 8 clients that we could take to our game a book of business.
Perfect, Quinn. I like that bold thinking. But let's maybe even try scaling that back a little. Let's say that of your 50 clients, the experience that you give them is enough to encourage 3 of your 50 to open an account with you. This seems to be a pretty conservative estimate, but there's still plenty of money going back to you.
That's true. In that case, I guess maybe I could go for something like your full season plan with upper level seats.
Yeah, that's great thinking, Quinn, but let me do you one better. You're here today because you want to give your prospective clients an experience unlike anything they'll find anywhere else. If that's really a goal of yours, I would upgrade to the premium seating full season plan.
It just seems like that's a lot of money to spend on tickets.
That's totally understandable, Quinn. It is a lot of money, but like I said earlier, it's an investment. Our premium seats are right behind home plate. It comes with a private all-you-can-eat and drink buffet. It gets you close to the action. And sometimes, players will even sign autographs for fans that are sitting so close. Do you really want your prospective clients to be bringing binoculars to the game just so they can see the players from the upper level? You want to impress them.
That's true. You said it was $15,000 though? Can I really justify spending that much money on Rockies tickets?
Well, I know it sounds like a lot, Quinn, but look at it this way. You told me earlier that the average account brings in revenue of about $35,000. We've also said that we think these tickets will help you close maybe 3 accounts this season. By my math, that means these tickets will help you bring in $105,000 of revenue. And it'll only cost you $15,000 to bring in all that money. That ends up being a 700% rate of return on these tickets. If you walked into your finance office right now and you asked them to give you a project that would provide a 700% rate of return, they would look at you like you were crazy.
Honestly, that makes sense. But what if I just want to bring a few fans to the game? Why wouldn't I just buy a few single game tickets and bring our best prospect to these games?
Well, that's definitely one strategy, Quinn. It would be cheaper, but you won't have the kind of tickets that I'm offering you here. You definitely won't be guaranteed tickets to the most popular games. You aren't going to be seeing, the Cubs, the Giants, the Dodgers if you're trying to buy single game tickets. And you may even be forced to pay more for these tickets. If you're willing to take the risk, you can go for it, but based on our conversation so far, it seems like you might be a risk-averse kind of guy.
I guess that's fair. I'm meeting with my sales reps out here tomorrow, and I'll run the idea of a season ticket plan by them.
That sounds great, Quinn. I'm sure they'll love the plan. Are most of them Rockies fans?
Most of them are, yeah. Even the ones that aren't will go to games from time to time just to check out the stadium and enjoy a nice night out.
That's great to hear. So it sounds like they'll all be in favor of this plan, honestly. But if they aren't, what'll you do? Like I said, these tickets could provide you a 700% rate of return. And at the end of the day, these are your sales reps. They'll have to do what you want them to, even if that's spending a summer evening sipping a beer with a possible future client. So I say, why wait to ask their opinion? Imagine how excited they'll be at the meeting tomorrow if you show up and say they're each going to 8 Rockies games next year.
You do make a good point.
I'm just trying to lay out the facts for you, Quinn. I think this is a great investment for your company. Think about it. Even if you only had one client, you still turn a $20,000 profit on these tickets.
Well, you're right, Sam. This is a good idea for my company. I just have to run it by a couple other people, and then we can make it a done deal.
What about this, Quinn? I've laid out the numbers. They make sense to you. You're a smart guy, and I assume the people whose opinion you'd want are smart as well. I really doubt they won't fall in love with this plan just like you did. So here's what I'll do for you. I'll get the paperwork done today, and I'll include an opt-out clause. That means that you'll buy the tickets today, and then you can go back on our deal anytime before the end of next week. It'll be like it never happened. Now you have nothing to lose by signing today, and we can get all the dirty work done, so you can go back to your team and say that you've already taken initiative and closed the deal for 2 premium Colorado Rockies season tickets.
That sounds like a great deal. Thanks for all the help, Sam.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure working with you, Quinn. I have all your information down, so I'll email you in just a few minutes with the seating chart, so you can pick out the exact seats you want. Please just sign at the bottom of the paper in front of you, and it'll be a done deal.
Perfect. Thanks for helping the company.